welcome to this collab with Pause for Self-Care and
The fast lane cars.
some of our YouTube support group, which we will mention in the description below. So yeah, please do head over to their videos, leave a comment below what you thought of our video, and hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And please remember that Pause for Self-Care and 8 Infinity are giving away a little something at 500 subscribers.
So the first question I'm going to go with today is, what is your biggest pet peeve? You go first.
Lies. White lies. I don't care what it is, it's a lie. I hate lies. I don't care if you take your time to be honest with me, but I hate lies.
Well, for me right now, one of my biggest ones is road safety and people just driving like assholes.
Yeah.
And then, secondly would be lies, but we're only choosing one, so it would be traffic. The next question is, what is your most used emoji?
The hug and the pink flower.
Mine's the rolling laughs. I use that all the time. It's just, I like laughing at people and pissing them off, and it's just a universal emoji for me. Third question of the day, would you rather block a toilet at a party or laugh in front of your crush and get a bubble out of your nose?
I don't know, it's a bit silly, but I don't know, I'd rather live and be out there, no matter how embarrassed I am.
Yeah, same really. Okay. The fourth question is, which one is better, not being able to hear or not being able to see? Well, if you think about it, not being able to see, if you look at Daredevil, he basically honed his skills using his hearing. So for me, having the use of your hearing is much better than not having your eyes.
And for me, I like to see a face. I always think, because my eyes are so bad, that what if it comes to that point that I won't be able to see you or Aaron or see Stig.
But the thing is, there's benefits to both sides, because with hearing you can hone those skills in, but with seeing you can't hear anything, and you won't be able to communicate as well.
Beethoven used to put his ear to the piano to compose songs. I think it was Beethoven. So yeah, for me it's sight.
Okay. Well, I'll say sight then too, because either way they both have benefits. Next question is, what is your favorite decade of music?
The 80s, because Freddie was alive.
I mean, while I do like most of the decades, I'd have to say the decade where Linkin Park was dropping most of their albums.
So the 90s.
Yeah, definitely the 90s, because Nickelback didn't exist as Nickelback in the 90s, but it was, I think it was Chad Kroger. It had Linkin Park, it had fucking Seether, it had all the good stuff for me. So I'd say the 90s for sure, because, one of my favorite albums is Hybrid Theory.
Yeah.
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 Stiggy. Oh, okay. Next channel. What is your go-to YouTube channel when you are relaxing?
Dr. Pimple Papa and Amanda Ray is, yeah, she's from Escaping Polygamy, and Call Me Chris. Top 3.
For me, mine's like always changing, but for the guys that are posting more frequently, Rudnick Rasamiata. That's just one guy. His name's Rudnick. I'm enjoying his stuff. He's, just embracing the shitty car life, and then he rips into guys when they actually got the shittier cars. I'm also enjoying a bit of Adam Alzi. He's a pro Formula Drift racer, and he does a lot of fun stuff. And then I don't know. I just like watch like different random things. I can't pinpoint like one specific thing because it just depends on how I feel on the day. But those two are definitely ones I'll watch every day. Hey, next question. If you wanted to upgrade your car, what would you add?
Okay, so there's something that we have been discussing about my car, and that is cooling features, because yes, she does get way too hot. I want God, where is my car words today? Okay, I want better shocks, a better shock system, and
Better suspension, in other words.
yes, I think that is like one of the most important things to have with a car, because if you stop and your car is not steady, there's a problem, and it's actually going to cause a bigger issue if you do land up in an accident. So that would be me for the first thing.
Okay, so like for me, mainly because um I'm a like OCD type, want to control everything nut, and I like my classics. What I would personally do is instantly go for safety features: brakes, suspension, control arms, interior. So I do bucket seats, maybe even a roll cage if I have enough money. I do 5 point or 6 point harness. I'd maybe change the steering wheel. If you have these big steering wheels, it's not usually safe, so you need something that will give you a good reaction time if you get into some sort of shit. And then I'd like go into more the performance, so I'd add more aerodynamics, so like canards and front lips and rear wings and stuff like that, just because the reason why is because it gives you stick to the road,
Yes.
and or being as planted as as you can to the road is the best, especially in the rain.
Yes.
And then yeah, for me, I must say with suspension, I've been rather into coilovers, the adjustable coilovers where you can drive around, and then if you get busted by the roses, donut heaters, you can easily just go and you can adjust that setting by yourself, making sure that you're raising the height for the car. Then you can drive around as you please and make the donut. Next question is what could you do to your car to make it safer?
And I just answered that.
Yeah. So basically, just saying it again. Like for me, in the car's cabin would be like a roll cage or bucket seats and 5-point harnesses. Main reason is while I do like see, for me, we were just discussing it today. Seatbelts is quite a big thing that is under discussion. Some people don't like it because they say it kills more than it actually saves. Because it actually does hurt, but it saves you from being flung out the window, and that's the main thing. For me, though, I'd rather have a 5-point harness because it doesn't hurt as much if you get into an accident, and it has a quick release button for when you like sitting on your head or something in a rollover, which is one of the main points.
And when I had my Jeep, yes, I had a bright yellow Jeep. I actually had bucket seats that I wanted to put a 5-point harness in. They had the
holes for the install.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, just overall, just making sure that your tires are good, your brakes work properly. Just overall maintenance of the car. You can't have a car that stops in 200 million meters. If there was, the next question is, if there was one thing you wish was not invented over the centuries, what would it be and why?
Not invented. Electric choke collars for animals. Or prong collars. Anything to do with training an animal by injuring them or hurting them. That pisses me off.
I just wish the lawns here never existed because they're horrible. I mean, the only reason why they were used in Rally and why they Rally Legends is because they were pieces of crap that the doors fell off going around the corners. And the parts were easily replaced. So, yeah, I'd say Lancia.
Look, I can vouch for that, okay? We had my stepfather inherited a Lancia, and in Joburg, when you have the traffic reports in the morning, and they say there's a white vehicle holding up the traffic near Crown Interchange. We were that white car. No, okay.
Horrible cars, those.
But then most of our cars, the doors fell off, so...
Rovers.
Yes. So, now I'm going to do my most embarrassing moment. Gabby, come.
Come. Okay, my most embarrassing moments. Okay. Well, considering that this is basically a really motorized, motoring orientated family, my most embarrassing moments is when my dad and my sister in public cannot name a vehicle properly. I single-handedly want to set myself on fire and see if I melt.
Look at that Mustang! And it's a Porsche.
It's like, oh my soul, you were brought up, one, you were brought up with a sibling who is absolutely obsessed about cars and won't shut up about it. And then two,
your mother is a freaking...
And then number two is you basically know everything to do with mechanical stuff. You have a fucking bike, You enjoy racing, you know, but you don't can't name a car properly.
Ay.
Son of a mare.
That actually, you know, when you're chatting with men actually, and you know a car and better than the men, I actually get embarrassed for them.
Your facts.
Facts. Literally, I was actually just talking about it last night with Tristan. How these men brought up this image of this guy who crashed a car and they couldn't follow through and say what car it was or what happened in the accident or anything like that. They could not continue the conversation because that's all they could say. Look at the crash! Oh!
Yeah, another example is Dad and I were fucking talking the other day. You remember he was talking about some Lamborghini. Meantime, he was talking about a fucking Ferrari that ripped past him. He called it a fucking Huracan, and there is no fucking Huracans up here.
He was saying, no, that's a Lamborghini, and it was a fucking 4x4, and it wasn't even a Lamborghini. We like thinking, ooh, supercar.
The thing
what
is,
supercar is it? How did it look?
Oh no, that was a Lamborghini. It was the Urus. That is a big fucking tank SUV, and
but
you
the way
have
he
a
was,
few of those around.
The way he was describing it.
He says it was a sleek type supercar thing.
Yes. Meantime, it's this chunk.
Yeah, it's. Okay, so yeah, that'll be the end of it for today. I hope you enjoyed us answering those questions. I personally found some of them weird and some of them hard to try and answer. I had to give some of them some thought. Some of them were really easy, but I mean, yeah, I'm always keen to answer some sort of questions, even if it is like personal. Not too personal though, because I do like to keep some things quiet.
Yes. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe to Pause for Self-Care and the Fast Lane Cars, and then head over to the other channels also answering these questions in their collabs. They're all from our YouTube support group, and yeah, we love them, so head over there. Some of them are really funny, so yeah, you might get a laugh or two. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment below if you have a question for us. We might do a part 2, who knows. And remember, Pause for Self-Care is giving away something at 500 subscribers, so damn well subscribe.